What's up, everyone? Casey Currie here. We are on episode 9 of Where to Next. This time I got a very special and unique two-wheel guest. We are heading to Dakar in less than a couple days, and we have Ricky Brabec with us. Ricky, thank you so much for coming on the podcast here at Casey Currie Motorsports, and I'm excited to have you on.
Yeah, thank you for having me. First time at the shop, and you showed me around. It's pretty rad.
Thank you, man. I'm just going to dig right in, dude. We are going to Dakar. Obviously, you've raced it multiple times. You've gotten stage wins. You've done very, very well. Myself, I've never done any of it. I know nothing about Dakar as far as I've done Peru. I've gone to Morocco. But for my audience, my biggest thing that we're trying to teach everyone is where we're going, what we're doing. Obviously, it's 2019. No one's been there yet. It's a new course. You're not allowed to pre-run. So can you kind of just give the audience, what is Dakar for you?
Yeah, you've never been to Dakar. You race in Peru, the 3-day rally. All of the Dakar is going to be more or less the same like that. That same area we're going to be in, I think, for 3 days or something. So it'll be pretty familiar. Like Casey said, you're not allowed to pre-run. You just get road books the night before. You mark it up, and you kind of just go wing it. That's what's unique about rally. There's no pre-running. There's not even – you can't even go ride in that area unless we did.
It's illegal now to be down there pre-running. Or if you
Riding.
go scout right now, it's totally illegal.
Yeah. You can get DQ'd, and you can possibly get banned for 2 years, I believe.
Wow.
So it's pretty intense. And the Dakar is not Baja where we come from. It's not King of the Hammers, obviously, but it's multiple days of terrain. You have no idea what you're going over. This year's only in Peru, so it's gonna be a lot of sand dunes. I think 2 or 3 days maybe hard packed, but a majority of it is giant dunes.
Now, when you for everyone that's going on, it's even when you get to Dakar, as far as I want to know myself. So we fly in on January 2nd, and the days are filled with media and registration and all this other thing. How gnarly is it? We go to Baja, we have 1 day contingency, and it's done. You kind of drive your car through. What is it like? It looks like there's a podium deal and there's thousands of people and it's insane.
Yeah, you fly in. Maybe I don't know with your team, but with my team, we have a rest day, from traveling. It's not a close flight. We're on the plane for a while. Scrutineering is basically signups or, just registering your vehicle. That takes 8 hours. It takes a full day. There's a lot of media for sure. On the rest day, when you think you get a day to rest, no, it's media, it's cameras, it's journalists. It's kind of not really a rest day. In the beginning, when you get there, there's gonna be a lot of people trying to talk to you, and you're trying to zone them out. You want to get ready. You need to get in the game, and it's kind of hard to get in the game when people just keep bugging you. You're trying to get all your stuff straight.
Yeah. Now, is it gnarly? As far as when you put the car on the podium and stuff like that, is that a huge? Just the one we did in Peru, it took 5 hours to get the car up onto the podium. It's there's only a couple hundred entrants. It's is this going to be a gnarly 20-hour day of just waiting your turn to get up there and take pictures?
No, man, no. The Dakar, everything's on a time.
Really?
Yeah, they're really strict. You can only go get your car at a certain time, and you have to leave at a certain time. You go on the podium. Dude, they're freaking – the whole town of Lima is there. There's thousands of people there, and then you have to transfer from Lima to wherever we're going. Dude, the freeway is lined with people. People are pulling over on the freeway, barbecuing with their easy ups. The overpasses that you go under just lined with people, waving flags.
No way.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty intense. There's freaking thousands of people out there.
So is there times when we're racing that we'll actually when we're not racing, but we'll be in whatever you call it, just going down the highway on a untimed section that there's just people on the highway?
Oh yeah, because somehow they know where we're going. I think the organization kind of tells the towns or the villages, hey, on this day, don't go on the roads or don't do anything stupid. But yeah, on the transfer stages or even in the stage when you're going through the village, dude, it's lined up with people. You know, it's almost like the Baja contingency, but like in the middle of the race.
So crazy. Yeah, I mean, the photos you see in the videos, I've been trying to watch YouTube as much as I can to like get myself prepared here. Like, it's one of those things that, I mean, there's been like 4 or 5 Americans ever to go over and do it in a successful way that makes it where you're like, okay, it's not like I can just go talk to any of my friends here. I mean, obviously between you and, you know, now Andrew Short's been helping me out, and Bryce, obviously he didn't have a good run, but I mean, just all his experiences, like just trying to get as much as I can. I mean, it's gnarly. And the other thing about it is like the food thing, like bivouac. Or, I mean, are you living on the I mean, my goal, I guess, or not my goal, my team is we're living on the bivouac basically every day except for rest day. I think we're going to a hotel. Is that pretty normal? Yeah, no,
everybody lives in the bivouac. But on the rest day, the riders usually get a nice hotel, you know, only until about 9 in the morning. And then we're back at the bivouac doing, you know, media stuff. But, you're in the bivouac, dude, from start to finish. The food can be sketchy. I'm not sure, though. You guys might have a cook or something.
I don't even know. We don't know yet. But do you?
If you guys have a cook, I'll be over there. But now the food is tough. It's either like well-cooked meat, just like to the point where it's dry. You know, I don't know if you drink or not, but they offer like wine and beer every night. So
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of the guys drink wine with dinner. The line for food is freaking insane. It's like really long. Briefings 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night, and dude, it's the race where you race for 10 days on no sleep.
Just go the whole time.
Go, yeah. And then when you're on the plane home, you're done.
I mean, now as far as motorcycle goes, like, yeah, I can't. I mean, dude, I'm driving a UTV that's 4-wheel drive, light, made to go in the sand, and like, I'm freaking out. I can't imagine riding. I mean, as far as the training and testing you guys go to get yourself ready for this, I mean, is there a way that, like, I mean, is there a way to be as prepared? I mean, do you feel that you're prepared as you could ever be, or is there more that people do?
You know, this year I feel really prepared. I've put a lot of time into training. But I don't know what people do. You know, obviously for me and you, for us to go training is a little bit easier than everyone else because we live in the desert. I mean, I live in the desert, but
I'm 30 minutes away.
Yeah, you could drive to the desert. It's really close. But yeah, I feel prepared. I don't know what those other guys do. You know, I know a lot of them don't ride for the month of December just to kind of.
So gnarly.
Yeah, but I don't know what's gnarlier, riding a bike or driving a UTV, because you're gonna have a guy screaming at you, telling you where to go, and you're gonna be like double guessing.
Well, I don't even know who he is yet.
Well, that's even better.
My first time I get to meet him will be in Peru.
January 3rd.
January 3rd. That's literally the first time I get to meet him. But my whole co-driver situation obviously got down to the wire, and we finally it sounds like we got a good guy. He's done it like 20 times, an older gentleman. And that's good, I figure as long as we're not a front, like, I mean, if I can be in the top 10 through 30 overall, like 4-wheel vehicle, then like I'm hoping that there should be a pretty good line in the sand.
Yeah, but sometimes that line's not the fastest line. I
know. So now that's a whole nother thing. Like, as far as the rules and regulations go, just so people know, like, when you start in the morning, basically from the time your bike leaves the bivouac till the bike gets back in the bivouac, there's you have to do everything right, otherwise you're penalized.
Yeah, you have to be on your minute or on your time.
Even if you're not racing, like, even if you're like, you leave the bivouac and the race could start 30 or 100 miles away, and you have to be there at a certain time.
Yeah, but that's not that's tricky. But if you think about it, the mechanics and like the motorhomes, all that has they call it a trippy, which is like a GPS. So they have also road books that they have to follow to get to the next bivouac. They can't speed.
Really?
They have a special time. Everyone that's in the Dakar is on time. So even the mechanics, when they leave the bivouac, they're on like a time to get to the next bivouac.
So they go is is it one big freight train of trucks and stuff going on the road?
Yeah. And then even for racers, once you leave the bivouac, if the truck route or the mechanics route isn't the same as the bike route, you can't get assistance. But if the bike route or the car route is the same as the mechanic route,
they could follow you or something.
They can follow you and you can get assistance. But as soon as you turn off that route, you can't get assistance. So you have to be really careful of like managing your equipment.
Yeah. And now that's another thing I want to talk about is the like for people that don't know what marathon stage is. Obviously, I've only done it once now, and I was sleeping in a tent with my co-driver that I never knew. But like, I mean, I explain what marathon stage is and why we have a double. It's like it says double marathon stage one day, and then it's like 2 times we're not allowed to. It's like we have to do something twice in one day, then we sleep out in the desert, then we come back.
Oh wow!
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never even heard of that.
But as far as what like explain what a marathon stage is, just so people like can understand what we have to do.
Yeah, no, the marathon stage, I like it. You know, I'm really conservative with my equipment, so for me, it's not really a big deal. But the marathon stage, for people I don't know, is we race 2 days, and we sleep out in the middle of the desert with no assistance. So realistically, you have to make your car, your bike, your trash truck, whatever you're racing, has to go 2 days on no prep, no spare. Well, I mean, in a side-by-side, I think you can carry a couple spares.
Yeah, not a lot, but yeah.
So, but it doesn't matter. You have to fix it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no assistance for 2 days, and you're sleeping in the middle of nowhere. So you have to make your vehicle start, say, on a Monday morning, and you have to make it last until like a Tuesday evening when you return.
And it's like 600 miles, like 300 miles each way.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah.
Because I think the longest day is like 350 kilometers, which isn't very long.
Is it shorter than it normally is?
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, this Dakar is only in Peru, and Peru's not very big.
Yeah.
And it's only 10 days.
See, the only thing I've done, the longest liaison or whatever I've done is like an hour.
I don't think there's going to be long liaisons here.
No?
I don't think so. Maybe on the first day and maybe a little bit more down towards rest day, I think. But
just so everyone knows, a liaison is basically where you're a speed limit while racing, basically. Like you're
down the highway.
You're not allowed to speed. And the difference between racing and Baja is like they say, okay, at 37 miles an hour, it'll start beeping, and if you do it for a couple seconds, we'll massage it. It's like in Dakar, it's like if you speed by 0.01 minute, it's a minute.
Yep.
Like every second is a minute. There is no gray area like that. It's so funny. You go to the drivers' meetings and score and best on desert, and they talk about speed limits and if you speed, just be careful and get it down. But there's no like, look, every second is a minute. Yep. It's super easy. So like that liaison section you could throw away a race and a liaison for sure.
You could throw away the race and the liaison. You could throw away a race in like a speed control zone because even with the speed control zone, like during your special, you could be hauling ass into the speed zone, and if you try slowing down like a little bit too late and you slide into the speed zone at 1 kilometer over, dude, that's a minute.
Oh, it's so gnarly.
Yeah, you can't even say, but I was slowing down. There's none of that. Like you have to be 90 meters. You have to slow down from 75 miles an hour to 30, and it's not as easy as it looks because obviously you hit the brakes and you just slide faster than what you just were going.
Yeah.
So you have to really give yourself some space.
Yeah, see, that's a whole nother thing is that how you like the navigation, right? You get a notebook, you get a road book, and in the road book it has all the instructions of what you're doing for the day. There's absolutely no GPS at all, no red line, no triple cautions. And then on top of that, like there's hidden waypoints, and then there's visible waypoints. And that's like, to me, that was like what's frustrating is that like he would be calling out like a hidden waypoint, but it's not doing anything to like that. I'm sitting there waiting for like an arrow or a ping or nothing. And he'll be like, okay, you got it. It's like, yeah, but dude, give me some sort of warning, make me feel good or something. He's like, dude, I just want to cheat. I want to achieve something. I feel like I've been driving for 5 hours with knowing nothing.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing that's like, what's so crazy about going to cars, like if there's like 6, sections of the road book that before a waypoint, it's like, man, it's like, all right, drive 20 miles to these sand dunes or 20 kilometers to these sand dunes, then turn right, drive 15 kilometers to these sand dunes, then hop on this road and drive on the road for 10 kilometers. And at that right-hand turn, that's a waypoint. It's like, okay, what happens if I got lost on the first sand dune section?
Yeah, no, if you get lost, that's what's hard is when they put the hidden waypoint, after some sand dunes, you have to really like mark that because you have to really be spot on with the notes before. Like you said, you can get lost in the sand dunes, go a little bit too much on your cap on one side, and then now you can't find the road where the freaking waypoint C is, and then now you're going back in the sand dunes for no reason. Yeah, it's
gnarly.
It's out of
now
control.
It's like obviously you don't have to get too deep, but like as far as like being first on the road and being like where to start and like is there? I know people talk about strategy, but do you guys have strategies of when you want to be more aggressive and less aggressive? You know what I mean? Like yeah.
There's days where it's like, hey, you got to go up front because it's going to be dusty tomorrow. Or, hey, tomorrow is going to be really tricky. So, stall a little bit so that way you start more back.
Because is that hard for, have you ever been the first bike? Like,
yeah.
How gnarly is that?
Well, before I was like sweating bullets, like, oh my God, I'm starting first. There's no lines. But after training, the last 4 weeks, starting first is actually, I think, easier because there's no lines. Like
you pick your fast line now.
Well, not only that, but you're not like, because when you're first, you're looking at your road book and you're looking out here and you're just doing your own thing. But when there's lines, you look at your road book, you look out here, and now there's lines that go every direction. So now you're like second guessing yourself. But with no lines, you're just doing your own thing, and I feel like it's a little bit easier.
Huh? That's I actually never thought about that. When we in Peru on the last day, I was the first car on the road, and you guys. Your sand dune lines are absolutely terrible for a 4-wheel vehicle. Like I literally, that's another whole thing. Peru sand dunes, you can go to Glamis, you can go to Dumont, you go to Oregon, you go to Michigan. You can do anything you want to do. Like that, the last day of Peru, we were in these sand dunes that have pockets that, you drop over a dune and there's 8 pockets that'll swallow a car. And the dirt bikes, dude, they just ride on the edges of 6 pockets that'll swallow UTV. And here I was out there now once you get off the line, you think it'd be way easy to fall off one dune sideways. All right, no problem. I'll go down, then I'll come back up, and you come back up where you think the dirt bikes should be, and boom, no tracks. Oh, okay. Obviously now you're like, co-driver, where am I going? He's like, I'm pretty sure it's straight. It's like, there's no dirt bike trails anymore. Yeah. Like they turn somewhere.
But at least for you guys, like in a car, because I've thought about it, if you're doing your best you can to follow like a dirt bike line, not follow, but like always know where it's at. When you get off the dirt bike line, just always know that it's like to your right or it's to your left. So that way, if you end up going through the dunes and you're lost, as long as your navigator is not like going to miss a note and like know that you have to turn and he forgets that note and you just keep going straight.
Oh yeah. You turn to the right and he'll know that like if we left the tracks to just make a beeline to the right, basically.
Yeah. Like always know where, if you leave the dirt bike track, always know what side you left it on so you know where the dirt bike track is later if you can't find it.
Yeah.
But if the navigator doesn't realize that strategy and we make a 90-degree turn and he doesn't see it and you're just still going the wrong way, that could be bad. But
yeah, see, that's what's so gnarly is like I don't even know where we're going to be at. Like, we beat the Mini and the Ford and the Toyota at Peru, but dude, obviously he finished 5th, but it's like, all right, but I don't know. Hopefully, I'm hoping. Well, I want to win the damn thing overall. Let's be real, but I'd just rather go like 6 days of like, okay, I get what's going on here.
Yeah, and I don't know. In my past, I've always started out slow because I want to like, like I've said, I've never really trained for this, so I've always started out slow and like. Every day was like 10th or 9th or 12th. But here, it's only 10 days, so you have to really come out strong.
Yeah.
Because in 10 days, 10 days is not a lot when the Dakar is 15 days, the real Dakar, because in 5 days, a lot can happen,
Yeah.
So, the Dakar is realistically like 3 rallies.
Yeah.
But, 10 days, you have to come out strong. And I think the first day is going to be really important.
See, that's funny you say that because, like, one of my biggest things that I did wrong on both – even when I went to Peru and Morocco was like, dude, in an off-road race, like, all right, get the seatbelts in. Like, all right, first 20 minutes, like, I'm just going to get in my groove.
Yeah.
And, like, dude, the top, even the UTV teams, obviously they're professional drivers. And, like, they'll literally, it's like, all right, they're going to run at 80% today. And it's like, green light goes, and they're at 80% right then and there, boom, and it's like, Casey, you lost 3 minutes on the first half of what happened. I was like, dude, the only thing I did was in the first 20 minutes, I just was like 50.
Warming up.
Yeah, I was just getting my groove, and they're like, no, dude, 80 from the beginning. Like, what do you mean warm up? Like, dude, it's go, and at the end of the time section, then you can cool off or, you know, to the start line warm up. But it's like, when it's go time, you even if you're going to have a 70% day, like, you drive at 70% all day. Don't warm up. Like, I don't, okay.
Don't pick and choose your 70%.
Yeah, that's what it's like. So not, but it is crazy. Like, because in Baja, like, dude, 1,000 miles, you know, like, yeah, you can push harder, but there on a day that, I mean, 150 kilometer day, like, or 300 kilometer day, dude, you shave 5 minutes in the beginning, you're running hard the whole day.
Yeah.
And that's what's freaking that, like, oh man, that is a whole nother thing. Like, for myself, like, even strategy, like, or looking at it, like, I know nothing, but then it's like you read, and like day 2 is gonna be the gnarly day. So it's like, all right, do you go mash it in qualifying to be in the front for day 1? Like,
yeah,
it's so gnarly.
Well, for that you have to mash the day 1. And then, or the prologue.
Mash the prologue.
Yeah, and then start more like for us, for the bikes, we could pick where we want to start if we do good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like the first 15 bikes, the first fastest 15 bikes in the prologue can pick where we want to start.
Wherever you want to start.
Yeah. So.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so it's a big fight, you know, on the prologue. But.
Yeah, I don't think we have that option. I think we're literally like, wherever we qualify, we qualify. The only good thing is we get to go in with the cars and the big trucks, so that way we're not behind them all. I think
on, I forgot what day it was, but like the top 10 overall on time.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Start like
in
as
order.
they're in order. So sometimes, dude, like if a mini's killing it or like a trash truck's killing it, they'll start friggin' third or something.
So gnarly.
Yeah. Then you're just ripping through the standings, passing trash trucks.
See, that's what's so gnarly. That's a whole nother thing. I'm like, dude, get stuck at the bottom of doing all of a sudden you have some freaking monster truck coming over the other side, not knowing what's at the bottom. Dude, that's the sketchy thing about being in the back. Like, even we were on the, in Peru on the you know, like we were doing on the last lap that we did 2 laps. Like, dude, all the people you're passing, you're like, dude, this is nothing compared to the car. If there's going to be so many people that, like, the trail's going everywhere. It's like, at what point do you go over a hill and there's 6 cars just chilling down there that you can't get around? Yeah.
No, I think how Peru was, where we were going like 2 loops, kind of like 2 the same loops, but a little bit different. I think the Dakar's going to be like that. Because I think we're in some bivouacs for 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, I think so as well.
So it's going to be tricky. And there's going to be cars friggin' scattered around, dude.
Is it gnarly?
Yeah.
I mean, see, that's what I hear is that there's people just broken down and stuck everywhere.
Well, there's like 572 entries. So just imagine like 572 vehicles out in the dunes on like a 300 kilometer loop.
Yeah, there can be cars everywhere. That's gnarly. Yeah, I'm
body parts.
But yeah, no kidding, right? And then what else is there? So we got as far as the race goes, like, I mean, when you go there, where, like, do you know where people in the United States can even watch at? Like, where's the places to go? I know there's like Dakar.com.
There's an app. There
is an app.
Yeah, there's a really good app. I'm not sure what it's called. My parents dig it.
Really?
A lot of people dig it. You know, usually when I get there, I post like the app.
I'll do
like
the same thing.
Yeah, my parents went actually last year and just pencil necked around the dunes in their little rental car.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
My dad's going, but he's like, he don't want to miss it. If this is a one-shot opportunity, he's like, I'm going to see it. So he's gonna actually drive. I shipped down my big truck, and he's gonna drive it for me.
All right. So he'll be in the bivouac every night.
He'll be in the bivouac. Oh, so your parents just went and hung out.
Yeah, they rented a car, dude. Freaking went to the dunes, slept in the car.
What?
Yeah, full gypsy.
No way.
Yeah.
That's sketchy because there's some sketchy areas in there.
Yeah. No, but
that's rad though.
Yeah.
I mean, they enjoy it?
Oh, they loved it. They loved it.
That is gnarly. So no bivouac then. They just went and hung out.
Yeah, I got them in the bivouac a couple times, but yeah, they just did their own thing. Got a room, freaking pencil necked around, chased like the Liaison, you know, were driving behind me.
That's rad.
Yeah, went out to the sand dunes.
That is sick. Huh, that's pretty dope. That's one thing, like, not knowing anything. It's so hard to, like, tell people, oh, you should come, and because then it's like, oh, if they want to go in the bivouac, it's
10 grand.
Yeah, it's expensive. And if you want to eat the food, it's expensive. And,
Oh, you want to hang out for a couple hours? 10 grand.
Yeah, literally. The money thing is insane. The entry fees are insane what it costs.
And we're over here bitching about
I know.
Baja.
Yeah.
$4,000.
No kidding. It's just that's the hard thing is like it's such a different ball game of like it's just nothing alike. Like nothing alike.
Yeah. No, those guys throw money around like it's grows on trees.
Big time. So now as far as your like even for your teammates and stuff like that, do you get to ride with your teammates often?
No. They all live in, South America and Spain. So I just do my own thing out here with Johnny, and I buy road books from Jimmy, and I do my own thing, dude. I don't really go out there and bother them, and I don't really care to go out there because it's like for me to go out there and come home, you lose like 3 days of traveling just doing that. And then, the jet lag, then going out there and like dealing with their problems. I'd rather just stay home and work with Johnny and work with Jimmy and do my own road books around here. Cause for me or for us, it's more convenient. We don't have to buy a plane ticket. Yeah. We don't have to pack our bags. We pack our gear bag for a week and we go drive somewhere. We go drive 3 hours away and we stay for a week. For us, it's easier to stay here. Now,
is Johnny pretty good at doing this? I know that Johnny's been with Robbie. Did he ever do it on bikes?
Yeah, Johnny did it a couple times on bikes.
Dude, gnarly. Yeah. So is he a good coach in that? I know he's a gnarly team owner and knows exactly what. Does he can handle business as far as a coach?
Yeah. No, he's a good mentor.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So is he gonna go over?
Yeah. He's gonna be driving my motorhome with me.
Oh no way!
Next year he's gonna be kind of like my helper.
Yeah.
So he'll be at all the rallies next year.
Oh no way! Yeah. That's sick. Yeah, dude. That's like the hardest thing that I don't have yet at all. Like obviously I'm learning more and more about this, but it's like, dude, just having a right hand man that you can like fall back on and be like, is this
good? Yeah.
Yeah. Am I doing this right? Yeah. Am I doing the like a lot of the things that you prepare for like are wrong. Like for example, dude, when I went to Morocco and they did a land restart, instead of starting in the back and passing everyone, like full shotgunned it and I thought I could win it 100 feet in and totaled my car.
Yeah.
Like dumb, like, and it's like the only thing about it is like I do just having that mentorship, like somebody being like, dude, you're faster than I'm. Just take your time, study. Yeah. You know what I mean? Do it like somebody just in the back of your head, kind of chiming in, like. But it's obviously learning it, right? Because Robbie's called me and talked to me a little bit on the phone, and obviously he's gnarly, but he still has good ideas as far as what to do, but major learning curve. Like, and that's what's so gnarly for myself is like, dude, forget even the rally. It's like, dude, just the learning the rules. Where am I sleeping? Yeah. What am I doing every day? Like,
everything here, everything racing here, just throw it away.
Yeah.
You have to learn completely the opposite of how we race to race there. Like really, that's how it is. Like it all seems backwards.
Yeah.
And then you go over there and you have like no friends.
That's
if you bring some guys from your crew, which is good. Dude, my first year in rally, I brought no one. I was just like by myself, no Americans.
Yeah.
It sucked, but
I could see dude, the language barrier. Like my team is from Portugal and the team owner's from where's it from? South Africa. So like we got major language barriers. So like for us, dude, first the organization's French.
Yeah.
And then my team is from Portugal. And then, so it's like, you're sitting there like, all I get is like.
I only know English.
Yeah. I can barely speak English. But it's like crazy because you sit there and you're like, dude, I can get enough words out and they understand enough to get the card dialed in. But then after that, it's like, all right, like, just going to go sit in my hotel room.
Yeah. Sit in your hotel room and watch French TV.
Yeah. That is what's crazy, dude, is that just like yourself, which is give mad kudos because obviously I've watched it on TV and like in America, like they really promote the Americans going over and like, dude, you don't see anything. You just show up to the finish line. It's like an easy day of riding dirt bikes, right? You had a good day, you had a bad day. You went out, you rode and had a good day. And it's like, dude, all the stuff behind the scenes of obviously getting to go over there and then just even like that, like sitting there in a room full of people that don't speak English. You got to go to these meetings that even those are broken English, if at all any English. And then they're trying to tell you got to change the road books and, we're going to make a change, make a change.
No one here understands.
No,
They only see it's like social media. They only see the
yeah.
They only see the good stuff.
It is, dude. And that was like one of the things, like even for the podcast is just trying to explain to people, like, so that way people can get more into it. Like whether you ride a dirt bike, a UTV, or want to drive a trophy truck over there, like to go do it. Like that's why I think Sonora is like to me, I was hooked after Sonora.
Yeah.
I think Darren Skelton does a great job, like teaching it, like and really kind of putting on the map as far as like how fun this could be.
Yeah. No, I know. The people that watch the rallies on TV here in America, they don't. Yeah, like you said, they see the finish line.
Yep.
They see the start podium, but they don't see behind the scenes. Like they don't see what goes on in the bivouac or what goes on in the motorhome.
Yeah.
They don't see the language barrier at all. The TV makes it look easy.
Yeah, and just like you're saying, like to me, I thought you wake up at 6:30 every day, ride from 8 to 2:30, go sit in a hotel. And,
easy day.
That's like, and it's like, oh, there's days you're gonna be up at 4:30 or 5, and then the day, okay, you're gonna get done roughly 6 o'clock at night. You got to do the briefing at 8 p.m. We'll do a little team debrief at 9 p.m. It's like, whoa, dude, if I'm going, that means that puts me in bed at 11, up at 4.
Yeah, no,
exactly. Wait a minute, we're doing that every day?
Yep.
Every day. Oh, wait a minute, that's not
enough sleep for this 2-week race.
Oh, and we're driving. It's like, because it's almost 2,000 miles of special stages, meaning like actual race miles, which, dude, you start adding up all the miles, like, all right, we're doing basically a Baja 500 every day for 10 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So all the planning and logistics, car prep, everything is like the Baja 500 every single day for 10 days.
And you don't know the logistics until you're finished with the day, because the next day is completely different. Like you said, the road book can change. Now you're in your motorhome cutting and taping a road book at 10 p.m.
Oh, it's so gnarly.
Just so you don't get lost on the next day. And that's what sucks about the TV. No one sees that stuff.
Yeah.
And then they see us riding or driving, and we look like goons out there just driving in the sand dunes like we're going slow, but we're not. It's not like a Sunday cruise. We're like really trying to race and navigate, and I don't know. It's a different perspective from the couch. For sure.
Now, as far as for like, even on a bike, I mean, dude, I'm very spoiled in the car because I don't really have to pay attention to the road book actually at all. I'm pretty spoiled in that aspect. But, dude, on a bike, like obviously you're riding a dirt bike, you got buttons on your left hand, your left hand, you got buttons that's changing and scrolling your paper. I mean, like, does it ever get to be where you're like looking down, looking up to the point where you're like, dude, I'm on the wrong, I mean,
all the time.
All the time.
I mean, if the notes are really quick or like close together, you're looking down more than you're looking up. If you miss a note, then now you're scrolling back in the road book and trying to remember what you had already done. Now you're trying to look at your mileage, and now your mileage is off. Dude, it's just like a bad math equation. It's horrible.
That's funny. How often do you think riders or even drivers, I mean, does everyone turn around often, or do most people just have to slow down to regroup? Like, do you think it happens often where there's like legitimately, oh my God, turn around, I got to go back? Like,
it's happened to me before.
Dude, I mean, it happened at Peru. Like, we drove backwards 3 times, but it was like sitting there going like, dude, does everyone do this? Like, obviously we won and we did it. It's like, but I mean, is that just how it goes, or days where you're just like, I'm just got to turn around and go back and reset?
Yeah, no, I think it happens to everyone, dude, for sure. It's not, because if you think about it, there's no markers. There's barely any, and the sand dunes, dude, there's no landmarks.
No.
The dunes are white. So to turn around and go back, dude, it happens. I mean, we're not following arrows. We're not following ribbon. We're not following, we're trying not to follow people because people don't know, you can't be too sure
if they're on the right course.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a bad math equation, like driving on the 91 freeway, texting. It's out of control.
That's good right there. Like, it is that, I mean, even to myself, it just, because even like on the Liaison, it's so easy to get lost. Like,
dude, yeah, in the villages.
Yes, when they're telling you to go turn left on some road and you pass it and you think you can go down the next one, it's dead end. I mean, we haven't us. It's just gnarly. But
people are pointing you the wrong direction. You're like, no, my arrow says straight.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, it's gnarly. So after Dakar for you, like, I mean, as far as rallies go, I mean, what's your 2019 look like as far as doing for rallies?
I have a rally deal until like 2021. So after Dakar, I'm going to do the World Rally Championship.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'll do like 5 rallies next year with HRC, and then I'm going to race here in America with Johnny. So I have a pretty full year next year, and I think we're gonna try to get back to the Mint 400 because bikes haven't been there in like 30 or 50 years, something like that.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
So as far as rally, what is the most epic place to go for rally? Like, I'm obviously new. I'm trying to figure out like where we're going next year. I mean, if you were to go like one place that besides the riding's epic, but also the area.
Argentina's rad. The Ruta 40 is pretty rad. It's like racing in Mexico, but smooth.
No way.
Yeah, it's rad. Africa's cool because it's rough. It's like Barstow.
Yeah.
So a little bit more comfortable. I mean, you were already in Africa.
Yeah, I've done that. I liked Africa.
But you did Merzuga.
Yeah, I did Merzuga.
So
I like Africa, except like the only thing for me was driving 9 hours through the middle of the night.
To
like,
food?
That wasn't like the most comfortable thing. I literally, dude, on the way, like we got out of the airplane, got on a car for 9 hours following a GPS because our phones have no cell phone service.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I was so close to being like, done. I'm turning around and going back. I don't want to do this. Too gnarly.
Yeah.
It was so, I mean.
Just getting to the race.
Just getting to the race. Dude, you drive through those towns and, I mean, you don't know who's, in your mind, you think everyone's bad because you're scared and nervous. And little white kid running around here in a rental car with luggage and tools. And it's like,
yeah,
this is gnarly.
Africa's cool. The rally you did, the Merzuga one, it's okay.
Is the Morocco one better?
The Morocco one's better. The Merzuga has a lot more navigation.
Merzuga does?
Yeah, it's like a little bit more technical.
Yeah.
But the Morocco one is more like a real rally.
Really?
A little bit, yeah. And Ruta 40 is like Mexico terrain, smoother. Dubai is just a whole bunch of sand dunes, sketchy sand dunes.
I think we're doing is Abu Dhabi one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's Dubai. Yeah.
Oh, it is Dubai. So I think that's on our list.
Yeah.
So now, like, all right, I got a question for you. Africa, our Merzuga rally to then the Inca rally versus Dakar as far as navigation. Will they make navigation harder on Dakar, or do you think it'll be like easier? Because like I feel that like there was some gnarly navigation on both of the rallies that I went to.
Dakar's there's gonna be some spots that'll challenge you. It'll be one of those things where like you think you have all your shit together, and then the next note you're lost. You can't find the hidden waypoint. It happened 2018 Dakar. Mass start. We start on the beach. Perfect. We're mass start. Just a big group ride today. Dude, 180 Ks in. We were all sitting in the dunes doing circles for 30 minutes.
Everybody. What was it? Just one dune over?
It was in the valley that we were in, but like 1 kilometer down.
No way.
We were just doing circles. Yeah, it's wild. So it's just little things like I said, you feel like you have it. You're driving good. You're driving smooth. Your navigator's on point. And then the next 2 notes, nothing's lining up. And you're just like, how the F did this happen to us? Like you're just in the middle of the dunes and you feel so lost.
Yeah. That's what like the gnarliest thing is going through the dunes when it's funny because like sit here going like, dude, you go out to Glamis and there's so many sand tracks everywhere that there's whoops and lines everywhere. It's a disaster. And then then you go out here and you go in the big dunes, there's nothing, like no tire tracks anywhere. And like you said, like it could be bad or good. Then like once you're on point, you're so stoked, you're coming into the finish line, boom, 10 kilometers from the finish line. And all of a sudden, like now there's like normal people driving because the dunes are smaller.
Lost.
And now I'm lost. Like it's funny you say that because now you're getting like, you're in the
anxious,
group.
You're
like,
all stoked.
Oh yeah. You could see the finish line. Like you could see everything and you're coming in and all of a sudden it's like, he's telling you, oh, they want us to go right and then left. And you're going like,
but it's there.
Yeah, I can see it. And not only that, now there's tracks everywhere. It's like, are you sure that we're going right? Because, dude, there's people on the left side of that dune.
That's the worst.
Oh, dude.
You see the finish line straight ahead, and you're like, dude, I see the finish line. I'm on top of the dunes. I'm picking the fastest way. Just before the finish, they want you to go to a hidden waypoint.
Yeah,
that's way off. And now, like you said, there's tracks everywhere, and now you're just like, F, dude.
Yeah.
Why can't in Baja, I just go straight?
Yeah.
I would go right there. I can see it.
That's definitely one of those situations
and it's tough with the locals riding around for sure. Car tracks.
So, well, dude, for everyone that wants to follow you, are you going to be posting up, or is the team going to be posting? Where could they, if anyone wants to follow you, race Dakar?
Yeah, I usually just do my own posting on my personal Instagram, which is just Ricky Brabec. I don't have anyone that does my social media, but I try the best I can. Obviously, service is real spotty, but a majority of the bivouacs, I'll be posting a photo and like a little mild daily race report, just because you want to keep the fans at home here. They don't see everything, and that way when you post on Facebook and Instagram, you can kind of tell them like what really happened throughout the day. So people like that; they like photos. So yeah, I'll be posting as much as I can.
Sick. All right, well, everybody out there, Ricky, thank you very much for coming on today. Thank you for talking about Dakar. We are all anxious. It's literally less than 2 weeks away that we're flying out to Dakar. And, we'll be posting up as well. I know you can watch it on TV. There will be at least a 30-minute episode or TV episode every day. And they do feature the Americans very well here in America. Yeah. And then I'll look into the app, and we'll put it up on our social media and on our website as well, because that would be rad to have the app to kind of get the updates of times. And then, we'll be posting well. So thank you very much. We are wrapping up episode 9 of Where To Next. I'm Casey Currie. Thank you for watching. Now, comment below. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Subscribe right here. Watch more videos here. Thank you, guys.